Welcome back, fellow news hounds. I'm Groftikins, and here I try to bring you some of the news you may not see on your standard news networks. Today, North Korea issues warning to US and South Korea, and Russia and China tell US to avoid conflict with North Korean regime. Tensions have started to climb again after a few days of apparent calm in the ongoing crisis on the Korean Peninsula. As has been expected, with the latest US and South Korean military exercises due to start on Monday, Kim Jong-un has again issued further threatening remarks. His statement, that has been issued through a state-run mouthpiece newspaper, criticised South Korea for aligning themselves with the US, accusing them of dancing to the tune of hysteric US moves. In its usual propaganda style, the editorial also said that it was not the DPRK that was at fault, but the US and the South Koreans, who were pushing for all-out war. Referencing the large upcoming military exercise due to start on the 21st of August and run for 10 days, the statement continued, "If the South Korean regime truly wants peace, it should not recklessly fault the DPRK, but clearly understand what is going on now. It should refrain from irritating the DPRK pursuant to the US foolhardy military maneuvers." Last week, Kim Jong-un announced that he was postponing his plan to launch 4 ballistic missiles into the sea surrounding the island of Guam while he watched what the Americans were doing. Of course, America said that should any launch appear to threaten them, their territories, or their allies, then they would not hesitate to shoot the missiles down. Now North Korea has issued a further response, saying that after weeks of tensions, the standoff is finally coming to a climax, and that the US is doomed to bitter failure. In a final bizarre statement, they also said that the situation will continue to accelerate to all-out war unless Washington and Seoul bow down to North Korean pressure. Elsewhere, but still related to this crisis, both China and Russia have warned the US not to engage in a conflict with the North Korean regime. The Russians have been noticeably quiet about the issue over the last few weeks, and apart from bolstering their forces along the border, have stayed out of the headlines. Now, however, their Foreign Ministry spokeswoman, Maria Zakharova, said at a news briefing, "Any attempt to resolve the problem over the Korean Peninsula by force will lead to a massive tragedy and enormous loss of life," saying also there must be a peace settlement. And at about the same time, the Chinese Defense Ministry said, China believes that dialogue and consultations are the only effective avenue to resolve the peninsula issue, and that military means cannot become an option. The US, however, is standing by its guns, saying that a military option is on the table and locked and loaded if negotiations concerning North Korea's nuclear weapons fail. The US Defense Secretary, Jim Mattis, backed up President Donald Trump's Fire and Fury statement by saying, "There are strong military consequences if North Korea initiates hostilities." A lot of concern has been raised about the upcoming military exercise between America and South Korea, with various experts and leaders asking whether they should be postponed. Indeed, it has been proposed that there should be a freeze-for-freeze agreement, whereby the US stops large military exercises in the region, in return for North Korea stopping its nuclear and missile programs. Both sides have rejected this out of hand. Asked his opinion, the chairman of the US Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Joseph Dunford, said, "My advice to our leadership is that we not dial back our exercises. The exercises are very important to maintaining the ability of the alliance to defend itself. As long as the threat in North Korea exists, we need to maintain a high state of readiness to respond to that threat." Unfortunately, both sides are seen as unpredictable, with neither looking as if they are going to be backing down anytime soon. I will try to keep you informed about this and other stories from around the globe, so hit that subscribe button for further updates. And don't forget, the world is watching, so please be kind to each other.